Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lo, and on my channel I discuss all things luxury and contemporary handbags. And in today's video I wanted to give you a little review of my relatively new Seyclair Chiara bag. So I haven't had this for very long, but I did take it on a trip recently where I used it pretty much the whole week. So I think I'm in a good place to share my initial thoughts. So stay tuned for all the details, or if you prefer, move down to the description box to find the chapter with all of the information that is of particular interest to you. And let's get started. So as per usual with these review videos, I'm going to give you a tour of the bag. We're going to discuss the exterior, including dimensions. We're going to talk about the straps on this bag, the interior, what fits inside, and I'm going to round off with some pros and cons, and of course my recommendation. So when we look at the exterior of this bag, it is a flat bag in a east-west kind of style, a bit like a baguette sort of bag, and it has a flap with a magnetic closure. Here you have just one side and a back with no back pocket, and the other side, the base, no feet, and the top of the bag. The Chiara bag comes in this smooth leather that is somewhat treated to make it just a bit more scratch resistant. It comes in two colors, so there's this tan color and then there's also a black. These bags in either colors are not very shiny, and this bag only comes with gold hardware. Let me insert a little unboxing video while I tell you about my unboxing experience. So this bag came really nicely packaged, as I'm used to with Seyclair. So there was a box with the branding, and then on the inside we had a bag. I know that Tasha from Seyclair has been experimenting a little bit with using either bags or boxes, because not everybody likes to receive a box. Me personally, I am indifferent. I'm okay with not receiving a box, but getting a box with your bag does make it feel a bit more luxurious. And then on the inside there was this beautiful dust bag that came with the bag, so a very nice quality. And then of course the item itself. Now the Chiara bag can be worn in three different ways, either with this shorter strap, there's a longer crossbody strap, and of course you can completely remove the strap if you please, so you can wear it as a clutch. And although I'm not a clutch girly, I think this is a very fun design to wear as a clutch. So to briefly talk about the dimensions, the width of this bag is 26.5 centimeters, the height is 13 centimeters, and the depth at the base is 6.5 centimeters. Usually I will weigh my bags, but this one is so small that I haven't put it on the scale. I don't think the weight of this one is going to be a problem to anyone. The Chiara bag comes with two different straps. So there is the shoulder strap that has a length of 40 centimeters or a 15 centimeter drop. Now that is not a massive drop, but for me it does wear quite comfortably over the shoulder. I do like to tilt it a little bit more backward so that I don't have the whole bag sitting under my arm. For me personally, that always just feels a bit uncomfortable, but wearing it like this is very nice. And then we also have the crossbody strap. Now this has a number of settings, 5 to be exact. The length of the strap is between 95 and 115 centimeters, and with the adjustments I feel it's suitable for pretty much all heights. And Seyclair has really paid attention to the detail here. Whenever I see this mechanism, you either have these bigger holes in the strap, or you just get like a small hole and then a little bit of a slit in the leather, and then you're basically always forcing these little things through, and it generally doesn't really help with maintaining the quality of your strap. So I do really appreciate this. Then moving on to the interior of the bag, this is made of a microfiber, but it is a microfiber, not like a micro suede, but a microfiber that is more of like a leather. So it almost looks like the bag is leather on the inside. It feels and it looks very luxurious. There's the little Seyclair tag on the inside, and then a bit difficult to show, but there is this slit pocket as well. Now I just have the care card of Seyclair sitting in here, but this is pretty big. It's bigger than a credit card, so just to say that the slip pocket here that will easily hold a couple of cards if you're not looking to carry anything like a wallet or a card holder in this bag. So then on to what it fits, and actually I'm pleasantly surprised. It is pretty spacious. I was a little bit on the fence to get this bag because I already have something similar, namely the APC Grace Baguette. And as you might be able to tell, they are fairly similar in size and also in style. But the Chiara bag does have a lot more depth and also a bit more width to it. In terms of height, it's a little bit smaller, I guess. But comparing these two, the Chiara bag really does have a lot more real estate. So what it can easily hold is, I am presuming, any phone, because there's so much width to the bag. What you can pop in there additionally is, for example, a bulky sunglass case. I have a compact wallet over here that we can put in here upright, and then we still have space to spare for your keys and some other bits and bobs, perhaps a little pouch that can hold like a lip balm, elastics, that kind of thing. So I really like this bag because it holds my essentials and just a little bit more. Often when I run out the door, it will be sunglasses, phone, keys, tiny pouch with some like lip balm and other essentials. And what I will also often put in my bag if I'm running errands is a canvas tote, so I can carry some groceries or something like that. So it's great for those essentials and just a little bit more. But what it can even hold, and you know, this is my special water bottle. If you watch my channel, my review videos more often, you will see this pop up. This is a square water bottle. It's 500 milliliters, so it is still pretty big, but even that can go in there. And then it could still hold my phone and my keys. So I would have to sacrifice something else, of course. But yeah, it is incredible how spacious this bag is for the sort of fairly small style that it is. So let's talk pros and cons. I think this bag is beautifully crafted. This is my third bag from Seyclair. Granted, the first one I was gifted, but the other two I have bought because Seyclair has not let me down thus far. The materials are really good, the craftsmanship is really good, and the brand is in that sense really affordable for what you're getting. What I really love about this bag is how versatile it is. So initially I was not going to buy it because I felt I had something similar, but the APC Grace bag I really only wear as a shoulder style. With this bag, because the strap is removable, it's just much easier for me to transition from shoulder to crossbody bag. And who knows, if I have the right occasion, I might even use this as a clutch. I really like the design. I love how low-key this is on the one hand. The branding is very minimal, but the bag sort of speaks for itself with the fun design, with all of the curvature that it does have. So it's very low-key, while I can imagine, especially if you're wearing this as a clutch to a party, for example, or to a wedding, that this could actually be a conversation starter. The bag is really spacious for the type of bag that it is, so obviously it is not a tote, but it does hold a good amount of stuff. And it's really convenient if you're the type of person who needs just a little bit more than just the phone and the keys and a couple of cards before running out of the door. Then moving on to the cons. Frankly, I don't have a lot of them with this bag in particular. Of course, the style in itself might have a couple of downsides. Flat bags are not the most easy access. The magnet on this bag is fairly strong as well, although it is quite easy to just pop your fingers under there and lift it up. But I think quite often you're going to need two hands to open up this bag. However, if you're closing it, I love that the magnet on this bag just always catches and that it is pretty strong. So opening might be a bit fidgety or needs two hands at least, but closing is super easy, and when the magnet closes, it catches and it's shut. When it comes to the leather, it does have some sort of scratch resistance to it, so I think it can take a little beating, but if you want to go for something that is more scratch resistant than this smooth leather, then I would definitely recommend having a look at Seyclair Saffiano leather, for example, in the Lara bag, or the pebbled leather that you see on the Natasha bag. One other thing to notice is that perhaps it is a bit of an over-exaggerated east-west style. I feel like right now that is still pretty trendy. So perhaps it is not the most classic design. I do feel, however, personally, that there's always a place for the baguette style bag. So while East-West silhouettes can be quite trendy in a lot of bags, especially when bags are made in East-West styles when they were not East-West styles to begin with. But I think in the baguette style, they are not so trend sensitive. And in that sense, it's going to be a pretty classic bag. Then there's just one thing I actually have to be nitpicky about, and that is the strap. So the way that the strap is made, if you put it on the shortest setting, then actually this piece of leather is going to overlap with the clasp. You can still use most of the settings and not have an issue with it, but I notice it on the Lara bag as well. For me personally, I really do like if the strap doesn't overlap on any length setting, but hey, that is just me. So then, would I recommend getting the Chiara bag? If this is the type of style that you are looking for, I would say absolutely go for it. I think Seyclair offers a really good price-quality ratio. Now, I did get this bag with a bit of a discount because Seyclair was running a special promotion. But you can always get 10% discount with the code that I will link down below in the description box. It's a fun design. It is really well crafted. It is versatile. It is fairly spacious. It's classic. It's elegant. It's fun. It's low-key luxury. Something that can last you for a very long time to come. And I'm happy to have this bag in my collection. I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know down below in the comments if you have any questions about this bag, and I will get back to you. If this video was useful or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. That's always much appreciated. I'll see you in the next one, and as we say in Dutch, doei!